What's up, Skins Nation? Welcome to another primetime edition of Pigskin Facts, History, and News. And I am your host of hosts, Fred Watson Jr. Much love to all my regular subscribers. And if this is your first time viewing this program, just want to say welcome, Hail Skins Nation. Hit that subscribe button. And if you have any comments, thoughts, or even ideas to help me improve this show, feel free to comment. Would love to hear from you. All right, let's get into some facts. We're going to pick up where we left off last time when I asked you 3 certain questions. And as promised, I will deliver the answers. And then I will also have some more facts for my next segment. Okay, with all that said, how many total yards did the Redskins accumulate in Super Bowl 22? How many total yards did the Redskins accumulate in Super Bowl 22? Answer, 602. Number 2, true or false question. Doug Williams was the first quarterback. Doug Williams was the first quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl. Answer, true. Super Bowl 22 is where it took place. 1988. The Washington Redskins obliterated, destroyed, annihilated, decapitated the Denver Broncos 42-10, and quarterback Doug Williams was named the most valuable player in that game. Number 3, who won the most valuable player award in Super Bowl 22? And I just realized that I gave you the answer. Doug Williams. Okay. That usually doesn't happen, but that was a giveaway. So don't laugh. Okay. Next set of facts, questions. What was the nickname of the famed offensive line of the Redskins in the 1980s? What was the nickname of the famed offensive line of the Redskins in the 1980s? If you're an old head, you already know this. If you're a new generation type fan, you might not know it, or you might know it because your parents have talked about it or you heard, but I thought I'd put that out there anyway. Okay. Also, if you think you know the answers to these questions, feel free to scroll to the bottom and put them in the comment section. Love to hear from you. Okay. Who was the offensive line coach during Joe Gibbs' first coaching tenure? Who was the offensive line coach during Joe Gibbs' first coaching tenure? Remember, he coached the Redskins in two different eras. So this is the first era that I'm asking about. Okay. Who was the wide receivers coach during Joe Gibbs' first coaching tenure? That question again. Who was the wide receivers coach during Joe Gibbs' first coaching tenure? I will have the answers to these on the next segment. And with that said, we're going to get into our history portion of the show. And we're going to go back in time. We're going to go back to, I believe it was the first quarterback that was actually well known during the Redskins' start of their organization, during the start of games that were played when they came out in 1936. And that quarterback happens to be Hall of Famer Slinging Sammy Baugh. So we're going to take a look today at the very first quarterback who was not only popular, but he was effective, and he also revolutionized the game of pro football during that time. See, during that time, a lot of teams ran T formations or I formations, but Sammy Baugh revolutionized the game by passing the ball, advancing the ball quicker down the field. And He was highly effective, and because of slinging Sammy ball, the game has evolved today, where pro football has become now in this generation has become more of a passing game than it is a running game. But credit that to this man who revolutionized the game of football by simply slinging the ball, and that's how he earned the name Slinging Sammy Ball. So, with that said, let's get into it. One of the premier draws at the time was a tall, wiry Texan named Sammy Adrian Ball. Ball was the top passer of his day with the ability to whip them long, short. Slinging Sammy lit the skies in his 16 seasons with the Redskins and helped revolutionize the pro offense, which was run-based before his rookie year in 1937. I think I was a year off. I think I said 1936. In setting a host of passing records, the Immortal one threw for some 22,000 yards and led the league in passing 6 times. Phenomenal. The most of anyone during his career. His completion percentage, 56.7, was an all-time NFL best when he retired. Fans witnessed more than a passer in Ball, an outstanding multi-dimensional athlete in the days of single platoon football. In fact, you'll get a lot of support from him as the greatest all-around player ever. As a safety, he intercepted 31 passes, an NFL record that has since been broken and once picked off 4 in one game. Also a master of the quick kick, he posted a 45.1-yard career punting average that stood as an NFL record for many years and still holds the all-time mark for the best single-season average, 51.4. Wow, he put his foot up in that. In one year, 1943, Ball led the league in passing, interceptions, and punting. How many athletes today can do that? They don't just make them anymore like Sammy Ball, a charter member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1963. The 6-time All-NFL player was one of 4 quarterbacks named to the NFL's 75th anniversary team in 1994, along with Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas, and Otto Graham. It was honored as a member of the all-time two-way team. He was number 11 on the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest players of all time, announced in 1999. Wow, Slinging Sammy Ball. And before we continue, I want to take a look at some of the records on his 1952 retirement list. So just going to briefly show you the accolades and the things that he accomplished as a player. Most seasons played, 16. Not many people do that. But I think Tom Brady is probably there, I guess, because he's probably either matched that or passed it. He's close. Most career passes attempted, 3,016 passes attempted. Most career passes completed, 1,709. Most career passing yards, 22,085. Most career interceptions thrown, 205. Most career touchdown passes, 187. Most seasons leading the league in passing, 6. Best single season completion percentage, 70.33 in 1945. Astronomical. Best career completion percentage, 500 or more attempts, 56.7. Best single game average passing game, 18.58, at least 20 attempts. That's getting the ball downfield, 18.58 yards. Most single season passing yards, 1947, 2,938. For that time, that was very impressive for that time and for that era. It was incredible. Most single season passes completed, 1947, 210. Wow. Most pass interceptions, 31. Most best career punting average, at least 250 punts, 45.1. Wow, this man was a triple threat. Quarterback, punter, and defensive back. Best single season punting average, 1940, 51.4. Wow. Most punts in one game, 14 versus who else? The Philadelphia Eagles, November 5th, 1939. Sammy Ball's current Redskin records. Best single season completion percentage, 70.33, 1945. Best single season quarterback rating, 109.7, 1945. Most career touchdown passes, 187. Most touchdown passes in one game, 6 versus the Cardinals, November 23rd, 1947, and versus Brooklyn, October 31st, 1943. Most career interceptions thrown, 205. Ugh. Most interceptions thrown in one game, 6 versus the Giants, November 11th, 1951. Guess that was a bad day. Most punts in one game, 14 versus the Eagles, November 5th, 1939, as mentioned before. Longest punt, 85 yards versus the Eagles, December 1st, 1940. Best career punting average, 45.1, at least 250 punts. Best single season punting average, 51.4, 1940. The man accomplished a lot in pro football. He will always be remembered as one of the greatest of all time in Redskins history. And it kind of would have been fun to live back in that time and see how he actually played. But hopefully our newly drafted quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, who is coming along marvelously in preseason, hopefully he can be the next Sammy Ball and even better. So looking real forward to that. Football season is upon us. We are 6 days, just 6 days removed from opening day of the regular season in the NFL. And the Redskins' first opponent will be the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, you are going down. So, look forward to that. Real excited about the first game. Okay, now it's time for our shining moment, our gem of the day. And we are going to look at some incredible moments in the Redskins-Cowboys rivalry. Incredible moments in the Redskins-Cowboys rivalry. And here we go. 1973, the Redskins played the Dallas Cowboys in a Monday night game. The score is 14-7. Cowboys driving. Had the ball near the goal line. And here's what happens. Redskins safety Ken Houston tackles fullback Walt Garrison at the goal line to preserve a Redskins Monday night victory as they won 14-7. Yeah! Hell Nation! 1975. Redskins quarterback Billy Kilmer sneaks into the end zone from inches out for the game-winning score, 30-24 overtime win. 1982. One of the most famous plays in Redskin history, defensive tackle Darryl Grant intercepts a tip pass, high steps into the end zone to secure a 31-17 win in an NFC Championship game. The win catapults the Redskins to Super Bowl 17, where they win their first NFL championship in 40 years. 1987, the Redskins win in a strike-shortened season, the Redskins win a replacement game against a Cowboys team featuring some of its regular players, and we won 13-7. Hell yeah! 1992. Redskins defensive end Jason Buck strips Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman of the ball in the end zone, and teammate Danny Copeland recovers for the winning points in the 2017 win over a Dallas team that goes on to win Super Bowl 27. 2005. Receiver Santana Moss. Cowboy killer. Cowboy killer. Receiver Santana Moss. Cowboy killer. Catches 39 and 71-yard scoring passes in the final minutes to lift the Redskins to a shocking 14-13 win. 2006. Kicker Nick Novak boots a 47-yard field goal with no time on the clock to give the Redskins a 22-19 overtime victory. 2016. Quarterback Colt McCoy, in his first start as a Redskins quarterback in Dallas, leads the Redskins to an overtime upset victory, 20-17. Finally, 2018, FedEx Field last year, Ryan Kerrigan strips Dak Prescott of the football, and defensive end Smith, number 94, you know who I'm talking about. Can't remember his first name. Smith picks up the ball, scatters into the end zone, and the Redskins defeat the Cowboys 20-17, snapping a 4-game losing streak against the Dallas Cowboys. And that, my friends, was the shining moment, our gem of the day. Okay, going on to news. Recently, 34 cuts have been made, and now the 53-man roster has been set. So the Redskins have who they want. They are set to go into the regular season. Also, the Redskins have claimed 2 former Philadelphia Eagles. They claimed running back Wendell Smallwood, formerly with the Eagles, off of waivers. They have signed Cam Sims to the practice squad. They signed former Eagles defensive tackle Trayvon Hester. Also, the Redskins have added linebacker Chris Odom to the practice squad, which was announced and set as a 10-man practice squad. Odom was cut by the Atlanta Falcons. So, we are set for the regular football season. We are 6 days away, less than a week. And the Redskins travel to Lincoln Financial Field to play the Philadelphia Eagles. I gave you my predictions last week. I will go on record and I will give it again. The Redskins will defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 21-10. And those of you that have been watching, I hope you have enjoyed it. I will see you on my next segment. And are you ready for some football? I know I am. You ready for some football? You ready for some football? You ready for some? I'm ready for some football. So those of you out there that know me, family, friends, close friends, whoever, you know who you are. Much love to you. Have a good week. Enjoy the weekend. Hellskins Nation. And I'll see you next time on the flip side. Peace.